Hello, what is up you guys? I'm so excited to be doing this video. I know we're already like a week into April, so I apologize, but this stuff does not apply just to the month of March, so let's not worry about it. Okay, I want to jump right in first and just basically promo myself a little bit, I'm sorry, but my biggest favorite that I have to talk about it first, is my website. It launched a few weeks ago, and basically it just has all of my content in one place for you guys. So my YouTube videos, my Instagram posts, I have a blog on there, everything. It's all of my links to my social media, anything you guys could want to see, it's all there in one place for you. So I'm really happy with the way that it's looking. I have a lot more stuff that's going to, you know, improve and everything. But there's already some blog posts up and all that jazz. So yeah, it's there for you guys. I will leave a link down below in the description. So go check it out. Okay, so let's talk about makeup. I've tried an embarrassing amount of foundations this month, and I'm still playing with some of them, but the two that really like stood out to me and that I keep grabbing for are these two. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a drugstore one. This is the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. It has an Mega Cushion Foundation. It has an SPF of 15. And I'll show you what it looks like. I wear the shade 120A Natural Beige. So when you open it up, it looks like this. It has this little thing in it to, you know, keep it from getting dried out. This is the first cushion foundation that I've ever tried, and I love this one. It has like such a lightweight feeling. I would say it's more of a medium coverage foundation, light to medium, but you can build it up more full if you need to. I just love the way this looks. It gives such a natural, like, skin-like radiance. I don't know, it just looks so good. It doesn't emphasize texture. I just love this foundation, and it's cheap. The shade range kind of sucks, that's the only thing, but if you can find it in your shade, it's really good. I also have a high-end foundation. This is the Hourglass stick found, what is this called? Vanish something or other, Vanish stick foundation, something like that. I don't know, it'll be down in the description. I wear the shade Warm Ivory, and it looks like this. So this is definitely a more full coverage foundation. You just kind of like stripe it on, blend it out. I actually mixed these two together today, and I'm really happy with how my skin looks. This makes you look super flawless, lasts for a really long time. I love mixing it with other foundations. That's kind of what I've been using it for, kind of almost like, I don't know, I used to use the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect or something, or like 2-in-1 foundation concealer. I don't remember what it's called, but I used to like mix that with a lot of other foundations because it has that extra coverage, and that's kind of what I've been doing with this. I really like this. It's kind of growing on me, and this is kind of a weird combination, like not normal foundations, a stick foundation and a cushion foundation together, but it works. I have a couple highlighters to share with you guys. I have another Wet n Wild one. This is limited edition, so like run, don't walk to your nearest CVS, Walgreens, I don't know, wherever they sell it. This is so good. This is the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighting Powder in the shade Moon Tears. Okay, hold on. Can you see how crazy this is? I don't even think it shows up, like, if I were to like put this like, do you understand? It's insane. It's so blinding. It can get a little glittery, just a hair in the sunlight. It can look a little glittery, but it's very finely milled. It's beautiful. Like, it looks so gorgeous on the skin, and it's limited edition, so I don't know if they're gonna make more loose powder highlights, but you need this. I think it was only like $6 or $7, so I don't think I need to say anything else. Another highlight that I really loved this month is the Pixie by Petra. It's the Glowy Gossamer Duo Highlighter. I have it in the shade Subtle Sunrise. Let me take it out like this. I really just kind of go more so for the lighter shade, but yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. Like, can you see? Yeah, it gives you that glossy glow, like, oh, so pretty, so beautiful. I think this is a little bit more on the expensive side of the drugstore. You can only get this at Target as far as I'm aware, and I believe it's $14.99. Worth it though, for sure. I've also been loving this LA Girl Pro Conceal. I think I've used this in a video or two for a contour. So I use this as my contour. I used it today. It just blends out so beautifully. So beautifully. Like, the only thing I will say is you do have to be careful. If you're using a super matte foundation, I wouldn't use this unless you're really good at working with cream products, because I do find that sometimes if I'm using like a matte foundation that's already dried down and I like put this on and try to blend it out, it will kind of move my foundation. But if you're using a more natural to like dewy foundation, or your like satin foundation hasn't dried quite yet, this will blend out really beautifully. It's just like those really matte foundations. I don't think it plays well with those, but for a contour, this is so good, and I think it's like $5, I don't know, but it just looks so beautiful on the skin. This is what Carly Bible uses in a lot of her like contour videos, and she's kind of like the contour queen. So if Carly Bible says, I'm there. I cannot put this down. I've gone back to like my Fenty contour, and I think I tried like a Wet n Wild one, and this just looks the best. So you need this if you like cream contour, if you like cream contours, or if you want to try them, this is your girl. I have one lip product that I want to mention, well, kind of like two. So the one I really want to talk about is the ColourPop. It's not Aquarius. I know I always talk about that one. It's not that one. Okay. I'm wearing the shade Magic Wand, and this is a ultra satin lip, I believe. So it's on the more matte side, but it is a liquid, and this color is like the perfect peachy-ish nude. It's very similar to Aquarius, if you've seen me use that in other videos, but a little less like plummy pinky and more in a peachy color. But like, this is like, I keep saying, like, this is my perfect nude. This is my perfect nude. This is my perfect peachy nude. I love this so much. And I've been pairing it with, this is really dirty, the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF. They also have other BFF shades, like BFF, I think like 2 and 3 and 4 or something. They're just deeper shades. I think BFF is really just meant to be like a kind of like universal, your lips, but slightly better lip liner to kind of go with any lip. So it's like a perfect kind of nude lip liner. This is my go-to. I paired these two together today, and I'm obsessed. So the next product I want to talk about is the Maybelline, what is this called? Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. This is a brow product. Let me like get the gunk off of it. So it has this little, I don't even know what you brush, I guess. And it has like a tinted brow gel situation happening with little fibers in it. And you would think that that would be the biggest mistake, to put fibers in your brows. Like, it sounds bad, but it's not. This is so good. If you want to add a little tint to your brows, fill them in a little bit, make them a little bit fluffier, add just like a little bit more, I don't know, like dimension, I guess. This is it. This is so good. They have it in a bunch of different shades. It's just like a great kind of everyday, if you want like a more natural everyday brow and you're not looking for like an Instagram brow or it's like super cut and defined and you just want to like run it through, you know, fluff it out, this is the best. Alrighty, moving right along. This is the last one in the makeup category. It's not new, but I have to talk about it. Okay. You guys already know about the Jaclyn Hill palette with X Morphe, whatever, probably. But I need to explain why this is in my favorites. Okay, I got this palette when it came out. My friend was like, are you getting the Jaclyn Hill palette? And I was like, she made a palette, whatever, I don't know. She's like, no, it's gonna be amazing. Like we have to order it. So I was like, okay. So I ordered it. I went abroad to Spain for 6 weeks and then I went to Australia. I went back to the US for like a week and a half and then I went to Australia for almost 6 months. I ordered it while I was in Spain. It got there while I was away. I had it and I took it with me to Australia. This is the only palette that I used while I was in Australia. I think I brought like a Too Faced palette with me too. And this one, as you can see, I literally haven't even hit pan on any of these shades. This palette changed, this is gonna sound really cheesy, this palette changed my life. I'm just gonna say it because it has, yes, it has lots of like wearable brown neutral shades, what have you, but it also has a lot of really fun colors. And before that, I was always doing more neutral eye looks, very like, you know, of like an adventure into color would be like a rose gold or like something of that nature. Everything I've always done has been very bronzy, very, you know, neutral. And yeah, I just never would have been like, you know what, I'm gonna put on some blue eyeshadow today and like do a look. And this palette just made me play with makeup and become super adventurous with my makeup. And it literally has everything. Like I used this palette for over 5 months straight and I never got bored. I never ran out. Like I've pretty much touched every shade in this, and I also used it on my roommate in Australia as well. We did like really fun looks. Like I did like a green like bronzy eye, or I would do like really, you know, gold and like maroon, and I did looks. And this, if you need an eyeshadow palette and you don't know what to get, if you want something that you can use every day, create tons of looks with, I can't say enough about this. I know that, so with like an eyeshadow palette, typically what they do, I guess, is they like press, you know, they press it, it's a pressed powder, right? So they press it with like a certain amount of weight, and depending on the amount of weight that they apply, it's going to give the eyeshadow like a different texture and effect. So it's going to make them, you know, more powdery or more blendable, or more there's going to be more fallout, or there's going to be, you know, all the things that happens with eyeshadows. That's dependent on a lot the formula, but also how they're pressed. She literally pressed each color differently to make sure that it was perfect. She worked on this for 2 years, and honestly, it is perfect. It's perfect. I used it today to make this look. I used, let's see, I don't know, I lost my little sheet with all the color, with all the names on them, but I used like this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade, and this shade. Yeah. And then I also topped it with another blue eyeshadow on top, just to give it a little more intensity. I want it to be a little bit brighter and less like cobalt. I don't know. I was kind of inspired by like Kim Kardashian and Makeup by Mario's little collab, and I feel like, I don't know how they like got everyone to do blue eyeshadow looks for their like launch, but everyone had this like blue eyeshadow on from their collab. And yeah, I don't know, I was in a blue vibe. I was feeling it, so I went for it. But yeah, so I could like blab on and on and on about why you need this palette in your life, but I mean, I have a lot of makeup and a lot of palettes, and this is the one that if I had to get rid of all of them and keep only one, this would be the one that I kept. It's perfect. It's the best. You go order it now. All right, so I'm now gonna kind of segue from like makeup to skincare, but these products are actually kind of related to makeup as well. So let's talk about this other Pixi product. This is the Pixi Skin Treats Hydrating Milky Mist. It has hyaluronic acid and black oat in it. It smells so like clean and delicious. Anything with hyaluronic acid, I'm obsessed. Pixi's skincare, I don't think gets enough credit. You can also use this to like set your makeup, or use it as like a moisturizing kind of prepping spray. It says you can use it at night for the perfect layer for some moisture, I guess, like before you did like serum and balms and moisturizers, whatever. Or anytime you need a burst of hydration. So it's just, you know, oh, it smells so good. It has a really like, first of all, how cute is this packaging? Like, let's just talk about that. But I just love, love, love this spray. And I've been using it all month long, and I mean, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I have another drugstore product that we need to talk about. This is not new, but it's new to me. This is the Physicians Formula Argan Oil. It's just 100% pure argan oil. And as you can see, it won an Allure Best of Beauty. I've been using this, as you can see, non-stop. It's almost gone. I've been applying this before my moisturizer. Sometimes I'll just take like a couple drops and add it to one of my more matte foundations, and it kind of just adds a little bit of extra hydration. It's a really good base. My skin has been going through it. I don't know. It's gotten so much better though in the past month. I think getting that facial that I got helped me a lot, and also stopped me from like attacking my skin with so much salicylic acid, because that was not good. So I've been trying to just be super gentle and give it a lot of hydration, and I probably really just need to be drinking more water, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, we're not gonna get into that. But this is so good. I know that there's tons of companies that, you know, have argan oil, but this one is at the drugstore. I think it's like $9.99. You get a good amount of product. I've been using this very aggressively, so that's why it's so low. You could also even use this in your hair if you want to just like throw this in your purse, like run it through. Argan oil is so multi-purpose, but this will not break you out. Argan oil is super good for your skin, and I've been also just sometimes like during the day it can be a little bit much, so I'll literally just put it around my nose area where I get really dry before I put on my makeup, and it helps so much. I'm obsessed with this. All right, one more thing from the drugstore that we need to talk about. This is the Clearasil Overnight Spot Patches. I know tons of brands make these, so this isn't like distinctive to the Clearasil ones. I think they all kind of do the same thing pretty much. But if you've never heard of these before, you can get them at like Target or the drugstore. They look like this. They're just like little, can you see? Yeah, little patches. And if you have a spot on your face, and it like opens. I haven't been popping my pimples recently. I've been trying not to, because I don't want to spread any more bacteria on my face. But if you do pop them, I'm not condoning it, I'm just saying if you do, and it works, these work best with an open pore. So if it's been popped, or if it's opened on its own, they work the best with that. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you to pop your pimples. You shouldn't. But if you did, this would just suck everything that's left over out, and then the next day your pimple is flat. So good. You have to be careful though, because if you do pop your pimples and bacteria spreads, doesn't matter how many stickers you put on your face, you're gonna create a cluster of a situation. So don't think that like you can just go to town and then put these on and you're magically gonna have clear skin. But if you do have one spot and you don't want the bacteria to spread everywhere, and you put this on top, this is really good. Really good. I'm a fan. So another product that I have been obsessed with this month, I haven't used it every day for obvious reasons, but this is the Peter Thomas Roth Firm X Peeling Gel Exfoliant. It says, visibly roll, lift, and sweep away dead skin cells when massaged onto skin. Multi-action enzymes and cellulose help uncover a smooth, fresh, new complexion. I'm gonna show you what this does and you're gonna freak. So it looks like this. When you rub it into your skin, you can see your skin starts to like ball up, and all the dead skin cells, like, you can just brush them away. Can you see that? It's starting to ball up. It's not the product, in my opinion. Like, I think you could look at this and be like, this is just, you know, the product like balling up. But I'm gonna tell you right now that it's not, because I can tell, like, first of all, this is clearly my skin, because it's not like, it doesn't look like gel, it looks like my skin. And let me just brush this on my floor. All of the dead skin on my face, like where it gets like crusty, after I do this, it's gone. This actually works, because I can tell a difference when I've used this a couple times a week, how much skin comes off. Because the first time I used it, it was a lot of like little peeled up skin balls. The next time it was significantly less, and I use the same amount of product. So I know it's doing something, but it doesn't feel like tingly, like nothing feels like it's happening on your skin. It just comes off. It's magic. It's magic. It's so good. If you need an exfoliant and you don't want to just like aggressively go in on your face, this is worth it. It's not cheap, but it's worth it. Okay, the last skincare product that I have to talk about is the Herborian Korean Skin Therapy Bamboo Water Lock Mask. You can see like kind of, it's like a jelly, yeah, it's like a jelly-ish watery gel consistency. And what it says that you can apply a thick layer to the face and leave on for 10 minutes and then gently rinse off, or you can use just a thin layer and leave it on until the product has been completely absorbed, like overnight. It says you can use it twice a week. You know, I love taking care of my skin when I'm on the airplane, because I find that the air is so like drying, and then it makes me, like, my skin freaks out and gets super oily, and I always end up with at least one pimple when I travel. And so what I like to do when I travel is take all my makeup off and like put on like a sheet mask, or, you know, something really hydrating, and just try to like kind of keep all the moisture, like do a little moisture blanket, a little protective layer around my skin. But sheet masks are so obnoxious. Like, I've done them on airplanes and I have no shame, but it's a little embarrassing. So if you don't want to do a sheet mask and be super extra on the airplane, this is the best. And so I used it for that, and I always noticed that my skin felt great after I had done my long haul flights. I hadn't picked this up in a really long time, and my skin has been super dry, as I said. And so I've used this at night a couple times now, probably like 3 or 4 times actually, or sometimes even I'll just put a little like bit over my dry patch, and not my whole face. And when I wake up, my skin is so much more hydrated. It is like super dramatic, like it's insane. I don't know what is in this that makes it so good, but if you have really dry skin, or if you get dry skin when you travel, or I don't know, whatever the reason may be, you need this, because it makes your skin so hydrated and soft. It is crazy. Nobody ever talks about this. I don't know why. It's so good. All right, so this is also kind of on the topic of skincare, and I've been taking a couple supplements for my like hair, skin, and nails. I've been using the Halo Beauty, what is it called? Hair, Skin, and Nail Booster. And this is Tati Westbrook's company, and I've been using them religiously almost this month. This is what the little pills look like. You can check out her website and check out all the ingredients and everything, but it's supposed to promote thick and luxurious hair growth, minimize fine lines and wrinkles, support collagen and keratin production, promote strong and healthy nails, and has anti-gray fighting enzymes, which is good because everyone in my family has a lot of gray hair very young, so let's hope we can just skip that for a few more years. Anyways, so I've been taking this, and I've also been taking some L-lysine, which is a amino acid. It's necessary for the production of all proteins in the body, such as collagen and elastin, which form all the connective tissues in the skin, tendon, and bones. And from my understanding, it also has a bunch of other benefits. Basically, this is really good if you have acne. So kind of to just help with my skin, I've been taking these two, and my skin is in a much better place. You can probably tell. I am still a little dry and like kind of bumpy here, but I've also been like changing my birth control and a lot of like things that have been screwing with my hormones. So all of that considered, I think that in a few months, as I keep this up, it's going to just keep getting better. So I'm sticking that out for now. I'm really happy with it. I've definitely noticed that my skin has been a lot more hydrated, and that's really like a huge part of what this is supposed to do. It's supposed to keep a lot of moisture in your skin. And I really do believe that beauty comes from, you know, within, and that, you know, I love makeup and all those things, and skincare and putting things on my skin, and all those things are so great and fun, but at the same time, you cannot, you know, out product a bad diet or any kinds of issues that are going on in the body. So, you know, these things help, and I'm excited to keep taking them, and just I'll keep you guys updated and let you know what I think, but I am very happy, and I thought I would mention that to you guys. So speaking of diet, I have some food favorites for you guys, and let's just jump in. Okay, I love drinking kombucha, and I usually drink the GT's brand of kombucha, like the Synergy ones, or just their regular kombucha, and I really love all of those, but for some reason, this is the one that has been really getting me. This is the Health Aid Pink Lady Apple Kombucha. I love apple juice. Like, I don't know what it is, but it just reminds me of when I was a kid, because I think I drank a lot of apple juice as a child. This flavor always is just so good to me, and so I get this one, I think from Trader Joe's, but you can get it at a lot of grocery stores, probably Whole Foods, probably Publix, I don't know. Maybe you could do a search and see where they sell it near you. But I love kombucha. I really try to get in as many probiotics as I can. I do take a probiotic supplement, but I really do believe in, like, you know, a healthy gut and having like healthy bacteria in the body. I think it's so important, because if you look at pretty much every health issue or disease, it all kind of goes back to the gut. So drinking things like kombucha are really good for your, you know, when I say gut, I mean like digestive system. So yeah, this is super important. And I'm obsessed with this flavor right now. I also have another obsession recently, and it is dessert hummus. This is the Delighted by Dessert Hummus company. This is the brownie batter flavor, but I've also tried Snickerdoodle and French vanilla, and they're all delicious. I think they have one more. I can't remember what it is right now. But this, it looks like this. It literally looks like brownie batter. I usually eat this with like strawberries or apples, typically apples. I'm freaking obsessed with dessert hummus. The ingredients are so clean. It's so delicious. This is like, I have like at the end of the night, I need a little something sweet. this does the trick for me with a piece of fruit, and especially if I eat it with an apple, I just feel very, because it's all like water, I feel very like full and satisfied, and I don't feel guilty because it's chickpeas and it's vegan, it's gluten-free, it's non-GMO. It's the bomb. It's so good. I got mine at Publix, but I know for a fact that if you go on the Delighted by Dessert Hummus website, you can see where they sell it near you. There's like a little store locator. So yeah, but this is like, I can't even say, like, I'm so obsessed. So obsessed. All right, I have two that kind of go hand in hand here. So the first is the Beyond Meat burgers. So this is the Beast Burger, which has like, I think 3 more grams of protein than like their regular burger. Basically what this company has done is they've looked at the chemical like composition of meat, and they've like structured the protein in such a way so that it has the pretty much the exact same texture as meat. And it literally even looks like meat when you cook it. Like, it starts out red and it turns like dark. It's crazy. It tastes like, if you gave this to me with like all the fixings and everything, like, I don't think I would taste a difference, to be honest. And I'm not trying to go vegan at this point or anything like that, but I do like to incorporate some more plant-based alternatives. I like to eat as much from the earth as I can. And you know, if we look at beef, it's really bad for the environment. The carbon footprint that it has is just, it's a lot. So you can do your own research into that. I'm not trying to preach to anybody, but if you want to try a, you know, vegan, vegetarian alternative to meat that has tons of protein, that's non-GMO, no soy, anything like that, it's just really great. This is awesome. And then with that, I've been obsessed with the Ezekiel. This is their sesame sprouted grain burger buns. So it looks like this. And there were 6 in here, but I ate them all. So this is the only one left. I think I've talked about Ezekiel bread so much. If you do not have celiac disease, but you find that gluten can kind of upset your stomach, you would probably be fine eating this because it's sprouted. I've talked about this before, but it's really taking the grains and preparing them the way that, you know, nature intended for them to be eaten. So lots of fiber, really great, delicious. I don't know, I don't really like, since I've switched to I really only eat sprouted grains or like gluten-free products. I don't miss like the regular bun. Like, this is still just as good to me. I throw like some ketchup and like cheese on with this, or pickles or lettuce, or I think I've thrown like spinach that I've had in my fridge. I mean, whatever you like to put on your burger, but yeah, they're really good. And I just literally, like, it's frozen, so it's nice because if you're like a single person or in a household where you just want to have like some stuff on hand and you don't have to worry about it going bad immediately and like eating it in time, this is really nice because I just keep this in my freezer, and if I want to have a burger for dinner, I'll toast this up in the toaster and cook this. This takes like 6 minutes to cook in a pan, and it's good to go. I do have a couple shows that I wanted to share with you guys. So I love Santa Clarita Diet, which is a Netflix original show, and it has Drew Barrymore and, oh, I can't remember the actor's name, but the show is hilarious, like so funny and lighthearted. Basically the premise, without giving anything away, is this family, like kind of suburban California family, lives like a very normal life, and the mom is just very kind of like timid. She's just kind of reserved and like she's not very assertive or anything like that. And she wakes up and she's like turned into a zombie, and they don't know why. The show is so freaking funny, and they just came out with season 2, so I just like binge watched season 2, and you could easily watch this in like a weekend, maybe a day, because the episode, I think there's only like 8 episodes per season, and they're like 25 minutes. So very easy to watch, very lighthearted, really, really good. I also watched this month Sex and the City, and I've seen episodes like here or there, but I've never watched it all the way through. And I don't know, like I love watching like late 90s, early 2000 shows because it just kind of makes me like nostalgic for like my childhood when like, you know, like we barely had like cell phones and like flip phones and like I don't know, like VCRs and like all those things. I don't know, something about it just makes me happy. So I watched it and I did not realize how much sex was in Sex and the City. But I like the show. It was like a fun storyline. It was just very like easy to watch for the most part, very fun. If you want to get into a series and you like shows like Friends or Gossip Girl or anything kind of in that area, you would probably like Sex and the City. It's worth watching all the way through. I also have one book favorite. Okay, so I'm not done with it yet, but it's called The Earth is Hiring, and it's written by Peter Kelly. And I've been listening to it as an audiobook, but I think I need to order it in its physical form because she has like lots of little like doodles and like illustrations and stuff that she's put in to sort of help illustrate her points. But I don't even know how to describe this book. Let me put it this way. If you like reading self-help or like motivational kind of books, but you read them and you're kind of like, okay, yeah, like I kind of already knew that. Or you feel like you're sort of beyond what a lot of those books talk about and you want something that's really going to like motivate you to just kick ass in life, basically, on like a level that has never really been talked about, in my opinion, at least from the books that I've read, you need to read / listen to, whatever, The Earth is Hiring. It's so good. Just so, Peter Kelly is so profound and so relatable and funny and just very intelligent. And I don't know if you guys are like this, but I get kind of stressed sometimes when I talk about like the future, like the future of the planet, the future of, you know, my life, the future. It can be overwhelming because sometimes with the way that the world is turning and things are happening, it can feel like we're kind of screwed, right? Like sometimes it can feel like nothing good is gonna happen, like things are gonna be bad, you know? And her outlook is just so positive and so uplifting and so inspiring, and she really puts a spin on things that's just really cool. And I don't even want to just like spell out the book for you because I don't think I need to. You just need to go and read it because it's just so good. All right, you guys, so I think that is it for this video. Thank you for sticking it out. I hope you guys enjoyed going through all my favorites for the month of March / the first week of April. And yeah, I think that's it. So if you guys have any requests or anything, feel free to leave a comment down below, or I guess send me a DM because I get so many DMs and no comments really, because I don't know, are people like embarrassed to leave comments down below? Like, no one's gonna judge you for leaving a comment, it's okay. But yeah, so I think that's it for this one. Be sure to check out my website because I'm super proud of it and super excited to share it with you guys. And as always, everything that I talked about will be listed in the description below. And yeah, I think that's it. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.